A coward dies 1,000 deaths. A soldier dies but once.
Welcome all, this is Blaezer RTW, hope you are good. I'm having fun looking at the birds eating off the feeder. What more can you ask for in life? Let's get into a 4v4 31k. Again, this is done last November. This is actually a perfect example of what I was on about in the last couple, where I'm releasing them like 1v1, 2v2, 3v3, 4v4, FFA, 1v1, 2v2, 3v3, 4v4, blah 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 blah. But the dates are, although they're going to be chronological in each section, the actual sections are going to sort of mix and match a bit. So example is that the 3v3 that I just put out last time, the last battle, was actually played a week or two after this one, but they're all in and around the same sort of place. So let's crack on anyway. So on our left we've got Chimera Antiochosaurus, who I think is Tamahak, I think. He's got 5 cataphracts, a couple of militia cav, load of pikes and a couple of archers. Happy days. I'm in the centre left. I'm the Skippy Eye. I've got 5 cav, 2 archers and a load of urbans. On our inside right is Titans Mohammed, who funny enough was in the last game as well, so that's probably good. Sorry about that. I'll probably I'll probably save these games because I know that he's a pretty good player from watching Spartan Commanders videos and other videos that he's been in. So I probably recorded them more to watch what he was doing in them, if you see what I mean, rather than them being amazing battles. But we shall see. And then, I didn't see what army he had. So 4 Archer Auxiliary, 6 Praetorian Cav, and then 10 Urbans. I would imagine the Urbans and the Cav's going to be quite heavily upgraded. And then on our right flank, funny enough, on the far right is Germania. Sorry, cheap joke there. He's got 6 Gothic Cav, couple of Chosen Archer Warband, Chosen Axemen, Night Raiders, and then some Berserkers. So that's a pretty nice Germania army. Normally what you see, a variant of that would be maybe 1 less of these and a pikes to put loose in his archers and with his cav. But otherwise that's pretty much a nice Germania build, that, so we'll see if he's very effective with it. So against Germania on the left is Lee. He's been in a few, will no doubt feature in a few more. He's gone 5 Praetorian Cav, 8 Archer Auxilia, and then in this little formation that he's got going on here, I was just checking whether his general was in his armoured general or not. I don't think it is. So he's got the 5 cav and that. No, it must be. Oh, no, there you go. Yeah. And then he's got this sort of weird formation, which to me looks like something you would face pikes with. Maybe he was making like a little man out of it, or maybe it's specifically for Germania. I do not know. We'll soon find out. On the inside left is Lackjack. He's a good 31k player, plays all the time. You'll no doubt seen him in the lobby if you play. He looks like he's gone 14-6 there, or is that a legionary? That's an urban cohort as well, so that looks like 14-6 to me. On their inside right is Colossus, so he's like facing up to me. He looks like he's gone 14-6 as well. And then on their far right against the Seleucids is 66, who's been in a couple, and you know, me and him are sort of in and around the same at this time, I guess, and probably still are now. He looks like he's gone 14.6 as well. So yeah, there you go. Right, okay, so I would have thought what I'll do is I'll put it on double while we're facing up, unless there's going to be a rush at that end. I don't think anything's going to happen at this end by the look of it, because we're so far apart, and if it does we can see it a mile off. So let's come down and have a quick look at what's going on over here. So it looks like Lee's rushing his archers forward. He obviously wants to oh, hang on a sec. So yeah, Lee's rushing his archers forward. He obviously wants to take out the chosen archers and these archers for Muhammad as well, although that looks like a pretty even matchup to me. But what he's going to try and swing in his favour is that he's got this armoured general. Obviously Germania's got the heavy cav going after him, so it won't catch him, but it'll stop him doing what he's just done basically, although he has caught him there. So that's a little bit sloppy, but they got 2 hit points, those generals, so he hasn't even lost a horse yet, and I'm guessing this cav is getting shot right up. It is. Yeah, let this start with 54, so 33, so that's nice and aggressive from Lee. He's targeting the cav and he's targeting the archers, I think. Yeah, so he's probably just got one on each of them. I don't know if that was an accident or not, but he set his berserkers off, and the one thing I would say is that might not be necessarily too bad, except the fact that Lee's got this general, which I would have thought we will soon see run in front of the berserkers and then beam them off that way basically somewhere until they stop going berserk, and then he'll bring it back and they'll be miles away. So we'll see what happens with that. Really, obviously what they should have done is sort of played into the fact that they'd gone off, and he should have rushed all of his Gothic cav, and probably Muhammad should have rushed his over, and me sort of look after the 2 centre armies, if you will, come over and just got rid of that general, so at least it sort of guided the berserkers into Lee's infantry, and then just chuck all your axemen and everything in there. You know, if you're going to rush and it goes off accidentally, you may as well try and make use of it. But it looks like Lee has sort of pulled them away and then dragged them back in. Germania is moving all his infantry up. You can see in the background, none of us lot have even faced up. You know, Seleucids is having a nice little wander, although he is rushing over his cataphracts now. I'm just walking my cav over. I'm pretty much going to let them do what they want to do down there and just tie down probably the Julii cav at our end by the look of it with my cav. So you can see Kruger has sent in his axemen and everything. I would have thought he would have been better off waiting for Muhammad to push right up and almost engage, if you know what I mean. But I guess he won't pull up until I'm there, and I've got to watch this. So yeah, it's one of them. Ideally, he wouldn't have just rushed them in on his own. There was the gist of that. He would have waited until they were engaged and then just hammered them all in with the cav, with the berserkers all in just one mad rush, and just watched them clear out probably 2 or 3 armies. But alas, it wasn't to be. But we will see some of that in future episodes, I'm sure. Like I said, what you'll find is that after about 2 or 3 of these sort of 4v4s that are done pre when I went away to Costa Rica in the new year, when I come back, I start doing flat out 4v4. So in about 5 or 6 4v4s time, it will be when I'm like half decent, you know, in February, March time. As opposed to now when I'm still feeling the game a little bit. So it won't take long for those the big 4v4s to come up, I assure you. For those that have been asking, for those that have been asking, all one of you. So it looks like Muhammad's rushing his infantry forward. You see there's still nothing going on in the back. I think there was a little bit of sort of, you know, messing around going on, bit like this and that, tit for tat, but nothing really when I was talking there, so we haven't missed a lot. The Julii did move his cav over in the end. I actually did move mine over as well, but I'm going to guard the back of these Seleucids now. Muhammad looked like he's actually going to pull back. The Germany cav's coming out, but he probably just wants to watch that he doesn't go too far. I've done that many times and you just get caught out. Okay. So the cataphracts are over here now, so that's going to make them think twice about charging their cav in. because obviously they're pretty good. The Cataphracts, the Seleucids has actually joined up with us on the left now. I don't know whether he's going to want to come into the middle of the Romans or whether he's quite happy to sit on the flank. We'll soon find out. I'm formed up against Colossus. Yeah, it looks like the Berserkers have gone, have they? Yeah, you see what I mean? Germania got his cav sort of not taken out, but yeah, he got one of them taken out, so he wants to watch out for that. Some Berserkers there, he may as well bring them back into the ranks because they'll probably be able to do a little bit of damage later on in the battle. I don't think Lee's going to go after him there and take him out. Yeah, he's still got a skeleton force as Germania. They're all pretty much there, I think. I don't know how much they had with them. I keep getting mistaken between normal and large scale. So yeah, he's probably pretty depleted over there. Looks like the action's swinging over to here slightly, as in the Julii is starting to flank us on the left. What I've done is I've just shorn up a couple of units there just to not make it a corner, if you see what I mean, like a 90-degree corner, but have a bit of an edge to it. Just to stop anything coming that way and hitting the side of the pikes. Muhammad's now formed up with me. He's got his cav nice and tight behind him, and the Seleucids has got their Cataphract behind. And Germania's pulled right back from the front now. The Berserkers have been taken out. The cav's going to come in. It's not going to catch that general though. Oh, sorry, yeah, he's going after the archers, was he? Yeah. And yeah, so you can see that we've sort of hit our formation now. I mean, it's a difficult one. I'm surprised they're not being a little bit more aggressive on this left flank, because there's two of them against one. Colossus will be able to tie me down at this stage. 66 should be able to tie down Chimera, which leaves these two pretty much. I know Muhammad's good, but if you can't beat him with that, then when everyone's depleted, you're not going to beat him either. But yeah, we'll see what happens. The centre could always crumble. It wouldn't surprise me if the centre crumbled, but we'll soon find out. So you can see me and Colossus are initiating the infantry fight here. He's moved a couple of units up in loose. I've got a couple of units in loose here as well. This will be before I've even learned to group thought about grouping units, let alone these three front urbans. Now, if it was now, would go into loose formation and sort of drag out a massive line right just behind all this lot, and if they can, be throwing it into this row of first type ones of him, and then just push the army up and if cav hits or whatever. But looks like my cav's out on the left hand side. We'll leave the cataphracts in the middle. Obviously, if they all their cavs over that side, so if they charge the middle, we've got the cataphracts there. Mine should be able to face up and just hold up. That'll be 6 of one, half a dozen of the other on there if they attack with the cav, except we've got some spears as well, so they might need to be a little bit careful. You can see a couple of my units are starting to get routed off. That's the 2 peeler units. There were 3 of that one though that threw all their peelers in, so I'm not too worried, but I definitely need to be putting this row now into loose formation. But obviously I've not quite got to that stage yet. You can see Lee's starting to withdraw his troops behind. I don't know whether he's going to look to maybe hit this gap on this side, because he's probably going to think Lakjak is defensively set up. So if Muhammad attacks, Lakjak should be able to sort of, not necessarily withstand, but hold it up enough, in case he needs to bring any units back over. Muhammad's actually, surprisingly, from what I've seen of him, he's a very aggressive player, so he can't have a lot of confidence in perhaps one of his teammates, but there we go. Yeah, so you can see this is where you get taken right out. Can you see my guys haven't even fought yet? Well, that one has been taken down 30. These guys haven't lost anything, so yeah, they should have been loose, throwing their peeler in before, and then sort of charging in, bring up the next lot, put them in loose, throwing the peeler, charging into the next rank, etc, etc, etc. So Lee's just playing a little defensive thing behind there. Might be a little bit tentative because of the Germania troops that are loitering around the cataphracts as well, so that's probably why they're not thinking of attacking. In that case, you would have thought that maybe they should be sending everything over this side. Although, you know, the thing is about these the German troops is that they can swing behind the pikes quite easily, and these pikes will do a nice defensive force against cav attacks from that whole sort of, you know, 90-degree set where the Julii is, if you see what I mean. They're not going to be able to come in on the diagonal. They're all going to have to come in from this side. So that's, you know, that's working well in our favour. So yeah, everyone's a little bit tentative on this. No one wants to go all in just yet and, you know, perhaps get broken. My guys are getting decimated. Look at that. You see what I mean? 24. So he's just coming up and peeling me for fun. But this is probably one of the ones where I'd seen it and thought, I've got to sort it out. And then, so it wouldn't surprise me if in the next like 1 or 2 games, 4v4 31k, or even next 31k games, if I start doing it, I might be a bit shit and lose a couple of games of it. But obviously, the more you do it, the better you get. And although I remember distinctly losing 4 or 5 1v1s where I was just so obsessed with pulling out that rank, manually selecting the peeler, then backspacing after they'd thrown the first volley, doing it all again, that I just completely forget about the cab, you know. I mean, I did do it the other week, actually 1 or 2 weeks ago, so that'll come out right at the end, and I got caught right out because I was just like trying to fight 1.5 armies, and I was doing it really well and like taking them all down, and then I went, right, I'll get a cab charging now, and I sort of control C, looked down, and they're all half depleted and getting taken out, and I didn't even see. So but the more you do it, the sort of more automatic it becomes. So I hope you've been keeping an eye on it anyway, because all the attacks have started to come now. The Seleucids has moved his pikes up. This is quite nice because I don't often fight with pikes on 31k. I do want to get better, so it's good for me to see how other people do it. So he rushed up all his units, made the front line touch, and then dropped all the phalanxes, and then he's manually put the second units in behind them, pushing them forward to double them up. You can see Colossus is sending a couple of units around to flank. This is going to mean that obviously Chimera is going to try and phase up that, you know, cover up that hole if he can. The Brutii cav, Lapjack is staying out there with the Gothic cav. Colossus has got his cav behind his troops. Lee's actually sent his cav over to this side. Mohammed's here, I'm here, so it wouldn't surprise me if it all kicks off. You can see I've got in there to try and take the SPQR with 2 of my cav out. And I have done it, but I need to turn them around and come back in here. Now it looks like I've turned my cav around and going to surround this lot with Mohammed to try and take out these couple of Julii to free up 3 of his cav. There's 2 more, there's 1 more Julii here that's going to rout because it's going to get surrounded between mine and Mohammed's cav as well. The one that ran in from the infantry got routed of my cav. I don't know whether we've done enough to get rid of any of the Julii. No, the numbers of the SPQR have just been too much. We need to get all these guys in here. Here come the cataphracts. They're going to look like they're going to make a right fine mess of things. Looks like there's not too much going on at my centre or the right. It's just if you can keep an eye on the Julii infantry, and then down here Blackjack's bringing his cav all the way over. The cataphracts are involved now. That's going to be bad news for them. I don't know if I've got any cav left. A lot of mine's routed off. Has this one come back? It's not come back. I've pulled him out, but I've not faced him up, and he's not in wedge formation, so that's bad form by me. The cataphracts have done their nice little bit of getting the cav fight out. It looks like the enemy have regrouped and are going to come in for a nice big fat cav charge. Yeah, I would have thought what they want to do is engage with one of them and then surround the cataphracts. But they have to watch out because Germania's brought his cav around. I've got my 1 bit of cav. One of them's in there, and then I've got another one out here at the back. Okay, so here come the 2 counter charges from Germania and what's left of Mohammed's cav. The sheer weight of the numbers going through is going to rout off quite a lot of their cav. So yeah, that's a nice one. And any ones that were coming in the back were doing it through routing units, so it would have taken a lot to rout all that lot. Not all that lot, but that big clump of Brutii cavalry will come back. So this is all just our cav left. I've hardly got anything. I've got probably 2 units. 66 has thrown a couple of urbans into the mix, probably just a touch too late, or the Seleucids held them up. I think we can see what's going to happen now. The cataphracts are coming in from the back around our enemy's right flank. On our left flank, going to come into the Julii that are facing up to the Seleucids. Instantly routed the first 2 units they've hit, the first 4 units they've hit. So that's pretty good going. I would have thought he's going to work his way up the line, which he has to do. So he's freed up all the Seleucid pikes there, so that's pretty good. You can see Blackjack still was hanging back at his angle. My line just about held. I've probably got 3 or 4 units still in there, and one of them is facing the Seleucids. The Gothic Cav is coming in from the centre to try and take out these SBQER units, getting a bit... I think he changed the target right at the last minute because it stopped before it went in. My line's still quite high. It would have been... I mean, Mohammed obviously knows what I'm doing. What he's doing better than me, so but I'm surprised he didn't just push his right up to his peeler shield, sort of in line with my general, if you see what I mean. Looks like Lee Colossus is withdrawing, left Lee's general in there, which I'm sure he'll be thankful for. But yeah, we've completely won this left flank, and apart from this small bit of apart from this small bit of Brutii Cav, I think we've got the big Cav advantage. Yeah, you can see there's a load of cataphracts on the right, as well as the Germania Cav and what's left of Mohammed's. Blackjack's going to try and get an angle with the SBQR troops. Everything's being sent in at the back. Colossus is sending in his troops to try and take out... is it my Cav? Yeah, I must have gone for something, a cheap shot then, but I don't necessarily mind that. It's distracting them. It's pulled a couple of their units back out of the way, tired them when they're probably already knackered. So yeah, you know, you carry on. I'm surprised with my units here that I'm not going around the back. Oh, they're archers, that's why. They're all archers as well. Yeah, really, that could do with the Cav charge or something, that general, but yeah, we'll see. So the cataphracts are winded, he's resting them, he's going to just pull them round and wait for the right time. The Mohammed's Cav and the Gothic Cav have gone out to the right flank to try and get around the back of the Brutii. The Brutii Cav is at the back along with the Colossus's SBQR and what remains of the 66's Julii infantry. The Seleucids are pushing against Lee's general, which is all he's got left infantry-wise, pretty much as far as I can make it. He's got a nice sort of defensive circle, so even if these units come around the side, which they are doing, this Colossus's, they're going to get held up on the pikes. The cataphracts have gone in against the SBQR general, so that's pretty good. You can see here comes the big Cav charge on the right. I sent my general around the right to force him to face up and engage me, and now the Gothic Cav is coming in from the right. It hasn't routed anything, but it has gone straight through the middle of it. Oh yeah, it did. Yeah, as soon as he broke through that line, that instantly routed all that lot. That's freed up all that infantry there. Blackjack's bought his Cav in. It's too little, too late. In comes Mohammed's from behind, which is going to take his out, which leaves him just as general and the couple that against the Seleucids with the remnants of the Julii and the SBQR on our left flank. Here come the cataphracts straight through the gap. I would have thought that's going to instantly rout this unit that's on the left here fighting the archers. Not that he particularly needs to worry about them because they're fighting archers. But yeah, run in, smash into the Seleucid, the Julii general. You can see the axe. I didn't keep an eye on the Germanian infantry. Sorry about that. The German infantry. I would have thought, looking at it, he was mixed in amongst the pikes. So that's pretty good protection for him. Yeah, and in the end, Blackjack, you know, is gone. There's a few remnants. The pikes have all won on this side. We've come through the centre. So it's just a case of this Cav, this Gothic Cav, and the cataphracts hitting the remnants of this Julii. And that'll be happy days. So, yeah, I quite enjoyed that one. It was quite nice to see him set up, and I was sort of half keeping an eye. I meant to keep a bit more of an eye on the way he used his pikes, but there'll be plenty more time for that because they're pretty difficult. Yeah, you know, I did my bit, sort of just stayed there, stuck around, which is all you can do sometimes, and sometimes the best thing to do. So yeah, let's triple this because I can't see that anyone's actually left. But there's obviously one glitched unit or something like that. So yeah, good times. Let's have a look at the scores. Yeah, so you can see Lee in 66 done all right, but I think yeah, you know, we done all right. Mohammed done really well, really well. But you know, those two were the aggressors, and Chimera done really well as well. So oh yeah, sorry, no, yeah, Chimera done well as well. So and Lee and 66. So yeah, good times. Right, well, let's have a look at Mohammed's stats actually, just to see what he got. So his archers took some nice casualties. I take it that was their archers. And also his Praetorian Cav. Look at that, 4 units that are over 150 on his Praetorian Cav. It's mad. That is using them. And he did have that little unit, you know, he did have him battle damage for a bit as well, so that's pretty good. Anything special on mine? Look at my numbers in comparison. Good times. Right, see you later.
Follow me, Blaezer.